Oh, hi. It's Justin again. Are you one of those people that feels pressure to succeed in real estate, but you somehow lack the ability to start? Are you a perfectionist in the little real estate details, but or maybe the little details of life, but you're letting your really big real estate dreams slip past you every single day? Are you unrealistic about time while watching it fly by, still doing nothing about your real estate dreams? Are you uncertain about your real estate dreams altogether, what they even are? Do you find it hard to celebrate your real estate accomplishments, the little ones you've made thus far? Do your feelings get hurt when someone criticizes you or your real estate accomplishments, or when you see that they've succeeded much easier than you have? Are you afraid someone important in your life will go away if you actually start winning at this? And that requires you to personally change too much. These are some big questions. These are some big ones, man. And I bet some of them hit home with some of you. And if that is the case, then I've got good news for you because, hey, Rick, good to see you. I
Hi,
am
sir.
launching this 3-day challenge at the end of December. What a perfect time to launch a 3-day stop procrastinating 3-day challenge right before the new year. When you know you're already thinking about goals, you know you're probably already beating yourself up over what you did or did not accomplish in this year. Let's go ahead and get something set up to clear your mind, set it up, establish the goals, get things ready and lined up for success for the new year for you. Let's do that. Stop the self defeat. Stop the self. As a coach, I noticed this. It's a big deal. The self sabotage is a real thing. It is a real thing. Folks have a hard time just letting themselves become successful. And let me tell you how it has snuck up on me in my life. Can I just be clear about this as I can be from my perspective? You guys know I like to do that. It's something about it makes me feel good. It's like like confession is good for the soul. Well, here we are. It's affected me in this way. I will be pursuing a goal. I will be pursuing a worthy, noble goal. I know the reason why. I know what I'm doing. I know I've broken it down into stages. And then here's what happens to me. I'll look at the little day-to-day details and then I'll start, well, I'm sure that's fine. That I don't need to call that person today. It's good. Is it? Uh Other things. Well, I won't fill that contract out today. I'll get it in the morning. I've been so busy and I'm tired. Oh, mistake. That's a mistake. Okay. So the little things that I assume will go to plan, those are usually the things that go wrong. All right. And why do I do that? It's a personality flaw. It is a habit that you've developed and it can change. You can learn to be better and stronger and different. And so this 3-day challenge, I'm excited about it. It costs $29. Okay. $29. I'm charging $29 because I want your heart in it. I want you to care about it. This is not going live on YouTube. This is not us talking to the whole world. This is me talking to a select few, probably men I'm talking to. I'm just guessing. Okay. That have these issues that they would like to try and break through with me this month. All right. Because that's what we're going to do. I promise I will have you moving. I will have you moving on your real estate goals during this 3-day challenge. Okay. Unless you just dig your heels in and refuse. What is the point in that though? I'm going to give you some tools. I'm going to give you some strategies. I'm going to give you some enlightenment actually as to some things that you're doing to yourself that you probably don't even recognize yet. And then I'm going to ask you to do some homework and make a change with me. Let's make 2024 the best year in real estate that we've ever had. All right. I believe we are in the best time right now for lease options. You guys know that. I'm all about sandwich lease options, but today I promised to talk about dispositions. So let's talk about dispositions some more. I want to share my screen. Yesterday we talked about dispositions. We got into surface level dispositions, and that is basically talking about you making your money when you acquire the contract. You're not making your money when you sell the deal. That's when you realize the money, when you find the tenant buyer, but you're actually building the profits in, making the strategy all play in your favor at the very beginning when you're getting the contract with the homeowner. Now, what that means is your contract, and we discussed this in just a quick recap yesterday, the contract with the homeowner has to be reasonable purchase price. It has to be less than fair market value typically, or about fair market value. Right now, it needs to be 24 or 36 months for a lease option. Secondly, there needs to be a reasonable rent amount every month that this homeowner is willing to accept. What is his PITI plus his homeowners association, or whatever the story is? What does he pay every month? We don't want to get crazy beyond that. We're not trying to turn him into a successful landlord. We're trying to turn you into a successful landlord, okay? So let's get the rent down to where it needs to be and help a motivated homeowner cover his nut and then get him out of the house. That's what we're trying to do, all right? So we have to have it reasonable on the monthly rent. And then we also need, thirdly, we need it to be we need it to be that low down payment option fee to the homeowner. Okay, so if we have a low down payment, and right now I'm shooting for 1 to 3% down to the homeowner, okay? In my contract with the homeowner, 1 to 3, and it's working, okay? It's working. If they're wanting 5 and 10 and 15 and 20 and 50,000 and 70, get out of here. Get out of my office. You don't even belong here. You are wasting my time, Mr. Homeowner. That you are definitely not the person that I'm looking for. Click. Okay. Don't need to mess with it. It is a time waster. Remember yesterday we talked about you as an up and coming investor are going to have to learn to not only generate leads, which is easy actually. You're going to have to learn how to have a conversation with a homeowner, which yes, it's difficult, but we do have flashcards somewhere here on my desk. And we do have a script for you to begin starting to learn the flow of a conversation. We have guts training sessions every single week, twice a week usually, where you can role play real time with friends. So we have dove deep into the conversation for years and years. I have broken it down word for word. I have studied the emotional quotient involved in this particular transaction. I have had the conversation thousands of times. I think we've got the call down. But what we don't have down as a new investor is the recognition of an opportunity to make money in a deal versus a time waster. Okay, so if you've got a time waster, you've got to cut bait and go home. All right, if you've got a opportunity, you got to seize the opportunity to make money. Okay, how do you do that? You create the opportunity with a motivated homeowner. How do you create that opportunity? Low purchase price, monthly rent reasonable, low down payment, option fee to the homeowner. Now, the fourth thing is somebody's got to want to live in that house. It can't be irregular. What do I mean by irregular? I was telling one of the guys here last night or yesterday, and I'm going to share this with everyone today because it's really, it's not profound, but it kind of is if you haven't thought of this yet. But what do I mean when I say bread and butter? Bread and butter means where I get most of my deals. Yep, that's right. Why do I get most of my deals there? Because like I said yesterday, I'm basically an affordable housing kind of provider here. Now, I'm not providing Section 8, but what I'm providing is an opportunity to someone who cannot qualify today because they have not paid their bills on time. They have not established good credit long enough. They haven't been at a job long enough. They have not filed their tax returns, blah, 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 probably on and on and on. They are not financially up to par. Their FICO score is not 720. Oh, yeah, 720. Are you seeing the need for what we do? That a tenant buyer, right? At least in the investor world, you got to have a 720. I don't know what you got to have in the move-in retail world, but I'm guessing it's a 680 plus, maybe 700. Somebody probably ought to put it in the chat if you know, what does it take for a homeowner, for you to become a homeowner? What's the FICO score you got to have now? My guess is 720. 700, 680, somewhere in that neighborhood. I know for real estate investors, it's 720. There's a lot of people then that don't qualify. That's the point that I'm getting at. A lot of people that just do not qualify now. So it's important for you and me to recognize that this is your time. This is your opportunity. It's time to not be on deck, but get in the batter's box and start swinging at some pitches, because the homeowners are going to say yes. When they say yes, I want you to have enough savvy and real estate oorah. I don't know what word I'm looking for, to be able to look at that deal and pull it apart piece by piece. Purchase price, rent every month. Is there a spread in the purchase price? Is there a spread in the monthly? Is there a spread here in the down payment? What is this homeowner demanding? What can I collect from someone? Okay, now where is this property? Is it in a neighborhood where somebody would want to live? Oh, no, this is in the war zone. Ooh, not for me. Okay. Or, oh yeah, this is in a neighborhood where this is a blue collar. I like to say it like this: the blue collarist of blue collary people would want to live here. Yeah, the hardest working kind of people that just go to all they do, they are what you would probably call a drone. They get up, they go to work, they come home, they get up, they go to work, they come home, they get up, they go to work. That's it. This is all they do. This is who I want to look for as a tenant buyer. Now, is my deal something that one of those people would get into? No. If it's not, then I have to start thinking, then maybe this is a little bit outside the bread and butter. Maybe this is a little outside my bread and butter territory. Maybe this is starting, okay, it has 7 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. Maybe this is becoming irregular. Okay. Maybe it has a commercial property attached to it. Somebody mentioned that the other day. There's a commercial property attached to a residential. Okay, now this is becoming irregular. Okay. I'm not saying you couldn't do something, but this is not my normal bread and butter, because I'm looking for a tenant buyer, the blue collarist of all blue collary people. The guy, the gal, the whoever it is that just gets up and works, and they want to live in a house and they can't get one because they don't have a 720 credit score, or they haven't been at this great job that they have now for 2 years. It's been 18 months. They need some time. Okay. That's what I'm thinking when I'm contracting the deal. Okay. Hopefully that helps. When I'm contracting the deal with the homeowner, that's what I'm thinking about. Okay. So this is in my course, but I'm going to break this out of my course today just to show. But this is a process for lease options dispositions. Now, I also have in my outsourcing course, which is available for all the students that I have, and you could be one if you want to be. I am a very reasonable, sensible person. And while I will stretch you, I will work with you. Okay. Enough said about that. Realestatewholesalersclub.com. But this is out of the lease options course. If you're a student of mine, I do have a dispositions checklist for cash money deals, ugly deals, And it is different than this one. And that one is found in the outsourcing course. All right, so let's just go through this. I'm not sure if I've ever actually just gone through this word for word with anybody or everybody or maybe nobody. I don't know. All right, so let's just dive in. And I'll break this down, but we'll do this quickly, as quickly as I can. All right, dispositions. Very important to be accessible to tenant buyers. The answer the messages, return their voicemails promptly. Now listen, do not let them run you. You are not chasing them. Like I said yesterday, you are letting them chase you. And the right one will chase you far enough to put money in your pocket. All right, you control an asset worth hundreds of dollars. Drop the poverty mentality. You control an asset worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Are you going to let some joker come in there? Are you going to let some clown? You're going to entertain a clown show over at your new property deal? All right. Make them chase you. You are qualifying, pre-qualifying tenant buyers, and you are looking for one. The one. Okay. My dispositions team here. This is written like a team, all right? So you'll have to translate this. You'll be doing it all yourself if you're doing it yourself. Review the property numbers is what we want to do first, so we know what we're working with. We need to figure out what we're going to talk about as far as how much we're going to mark the property up and stuff. Okay? For our option fee, our profits. Yep. Are we going to sandwich this one or are we not going to sandwich this one? All right. There's a lot that goes into reviewing property numbers right here. I didn't break it down that far, but that's what I'm thinking. Order lockboxes, if any. TenantTurner.com, or just go to Amazon, order a lockbox, have it shipped to the property, and have the homeowner put it on there, or the neighbor or whoever's around. Okay. Put it on the back door. Build a Facebook marketplace listing. Okay. If you haven't done that and you don't know how that works, my advice to you before you jump into this business with both feet, why don't you try retail arbitrage? Go to a yard sale, go to a flea market, go somewhere in your closet and find a piece of junk and sell it on eBay or sell it on Facebook or both. And learn how some of this social selling works. Okay, because you're going to have to talk to people and you're going to have to work out deals with people. And if you kind of don't know how that works, cut your teeth on an old pair of shoes, an old pair of Jordans, or a jacket that has your favorite sports team on it, or something that you haven't worn or used out of your garage, a tool. Sell it on Facebook because it's too big to ship. You're going to have somebody meet you at Quick Trip and you're going to trade it off then for the money. Oh, yeah, that's what Facebook Marketplace is. That's what people are doing. People are meeting all over town today, switching off money for Facebook Marketplace items. If you haven't gotten in the frenzy, you need to try it before you go tackling a house. I'm just giving you some practical advice. You could have this and you'll make a little money. You'll put a little money in your pocket. In fact, what me and my wife do sometimes, if you want to know, is we buy a whole pallet of junk from an auction and then we sell it and we'll put $400 or $500 in our pocket just because we can. I'll flip anything, baby. I'll flip pancakes, man. All right. The next thing, pre-qualified tenant buyer prospect using Messenger. Here's the questions you're going to want to know. When you respond to the tenant buyers every few hours, because you have your notifications turned off on Facebook Marketplace, you're going to respond every few hours. You're going to ask these questions over DM. Do you want to just rent to own, not just rent? Have you seen the pictures and description? Now, please make this human. I'm making a checklist here. Don't just steal this, copy this. Oh, well, I just copied it and pasted it. Yeah, you got the quotation marks and everything. It's in red and all. I mean, come on. Put it in your words, and then you can copy and paste your words, okay? I'm just giving you the gist here. Do you want to rent to own or not just rent? Okay. Have you seen the pictures? The monthly rent is $3,000. Does that sound comfortable? That's kind of irregular. That's a little high. Bread and butter around here would probably be somewhere between 1,800 and 2,400 or so, 25 maybe, 26 maybe. Outside of that, it's kind of getting irregular here. The rent to own program does require a minimum down payment. I want to know the rent, by the way. I want to know the rent, how much they have in income, because I need to know that their income, their household income is 3 times what the rent is, at least 3. The next one, the rent to own program requires a minimum down payment investment. How much are you working with? All this can happen over DM. Okay, make sure they understand. Okay, here's some details. Tell them they can borrow money against their 401k for a down payment. What? Yeah, there's that whole conversation is right here. This is how you push them for more money. Okay, I'm just being honest with you. Have you driven by the property and made sure you like it and the neighborhood? This is obvious. This might be the first question I ask. These don't have to be in any particular order. I'm just having a conversation over DM. Now, if once they've passed my pre-qualification conversation, I'm going to set up a live call with them. That's it. This is a short 3-minute call. I'm not going to dilly-dally. I'm not going to linger around and, oh, let's talk about your kids and let's talk about the nursery that you could turn this in. This 1-bedroom is, you could turn it into a nursery and blah, blah. I'm not doing any of that. No, not yet. This is a 3-minute call. I'm just verifying that they have jobs. They're making 3 times the rent. They have down payment. They're willing to take a background screen. Okay. That's it, really. Just what you see up here. Okay. Over the phone, Zoom, confirm their income's 3 times more. I just said that. Confirm they want to rent to own. On the phone, confirm they have down payment. On the phone, confirm that of all adults are willing to submit to a background check. Now, if they successfully pre-qualify on the phone with you, here's what you say. Tenant buyer, now that we've picked a time, I'll be sending you my appointment confirmation memo because you want to go see the house Saturday, okay? I'm going to send you an appointment confirmation memo. This keeps everybody safe and allows us to know who's been inside the house. You won't have a problem with verifying your identity to us with an ID, would you? Great. I'm going to email you our appointment confirmation memo. When you get it, please go ahead and sign it. After you've signed it, I'll send you the lockbox code. If they do not want to participate in your process, dump them. They are not the one, okay? Not the one. Send an appointment confirmation memo to them now. What's that? You'll have to get the course. It's $95 along with 1 hour of free coaching. Crazy at realestatewholesalersclub.com. Okay. All of this could be yours. I know. I know that's what the devil says. All of this could be yours. But I'm not asking for your soul. I'm just asking for $95. Okay. And I think you probably ought to go to that $29 procrastination 3-day challenge. Now, after that, I'm going to share the lockbox code with them. I'm going to advise them to call me while they're at the property. This says after, but immediately after, if not while they're at the property. This is a gold nugget, though. Mr. Tenant Buyer, I need you to call me when you get to the property. It's very important. I need to check you in. Make it sound like some security shit, okay? How do you like it? And how are we ready to move forward? That's what you're really wanting to know, though. It's not a security issue. It's more you want to be on the phone with them at the home, not the homeowner, not anybody else. You don't want them looking at the property and then leaving and ghosting you. You want to be on the phone with them while they are at the property. At some point while they're at the property, they need to call you. Sometimes I say it like this: Mr. Tenant Buyer, I want you to call me as soon as you get there so I can check you in. Now, when I'm on the phone with them, I'll say something like this: Mr. Tenant Buyer, go ahead and take as much time as you need. Look at the property, and I need you to do me a favor. When you finish looking around, I need you to put the key back in the lockbox, and I need you to lock it back up, lock the house back up, and put the key back in the lockbox. Yeah, okay. And I need you to call me and check out. Very important that you call me. Okay, what am I doing? I'm trying to prevent a ghost. Okay, and it's a pretty slick way of doing it. Okay, these are some insider tips. The next one, how do you like it? How are we moving forward? That's really what we're wanting to know here. When he calls me, when I call him, he calls me, whatever, however it works. I want to know, how'd you like it? Now, this is where you want to use your guts. Now, the conversation I had to set this up was 3 minutes, 5 minutes. This one here might be 10, 15 minutes. How you guys like it? Oh, yeah. Oh, you got kids and they're in the school. Oh, man, that sounds great. Can you imagine? Oh, did you see that backyard? Can you imagine cooking out back there? Oh, man, that's what I said when I saw it. I was like, wow. I just really, I love that kitchen with the tile and the bathroom with that, that special something in there, whatever it is. Yeah. Make it smell like baked bread. All right. If they like it, you're going to start an application as a landlord on mysmartmove.com. And you're going to send all the adults an application and for the property, and you're going to, at the same time, you're going to send them a background check and rental screen and credit score check and all of that all at the same time. mysmartmove.com does it all, and you're going to have them pay for it. Woo, isn't that nice? Well, how much is it? I don't know. You'll have to find out, Mr. Tenant Buyer. I believe it's $42 or $45 a person or something like that. But I mean, is that going to be an issue? Okay, because if it is, you can hit the bricks. All right. Review tenant buyer results. This will take somewhere between 15 minutes to get and 3 days or so. All right, depending on what's going down. But you're going to get some info back on them. Okay. And you're going to have to decide. Send all the paperwork as the next step. But we're not going to get into that today because I feel like I laid a lot on you already. And I don't want to lay too much on you because I like you. And I like spending time with you every day about this time. Thank you for watching me today. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow. All right. I don't have anything else to add. There's a couple gentlemen here in this room with me, and I would like to open the floor to them if they have any questions or anything. These guys are a couple students of mine. I love them. Anything I can do to help, guys, speak up now if you want.
Great presentation. I look forward to tomorrow.
Rock and roll, man. I love you, dude. You're one of my favorites. Rick is too. You guys are awesome. I'll see you again later. Hey, bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, Rick. RealEstateWholeSalersClub.com, everybody. RealEstateWholeSalersClub.com. Hey, let's go get a sandwich. Let's go get a sandwich together.